on somebody showing that she's on something called X. Now I gotta find out what X is. Um, this girl is crazy. And the trip part is somebody's having a discussion with her. And this is what I mean about having a yes, sir. This guy said that if Layla Ali would have kept it in the realm of boxing, and he told Claressa, if she's not trying to fight, you should not even be responding to her. And she's literally going off about her, saying, I'm not going to talk about her no more. And really and truly, her trying to argue, and this lady said, where's her man at? Where's anybody that's telling her, calm down, Claressa? Let's take you. She said, Layla Ali didn't keep it. The guy said, if you're trying to keep it classy. Now I have to learn what is classy now. Because this woman, this woman's, everybody's haters. I'm gonna need for her vernacular to come up a little bit, right? This, okay, for example, I tell my sons, if a woman is not worth being your woman, and she's just uh, a something, then she shouldn't be worth having kids by. Now I don't know who else is Papoose baby mama, but if this girl have a baby with Papoose, that's all bad. I'm so tired of this girl saying everybody is her hater. Who's hating on somebody that's literally her future is at stake because her character. I'm listening to this. Can tell me what is X now? Uh, okay, no problem. Be great. Be careful out there. Be encouraged. I just can't. I'm listening to this and I have to look at it. Hey, it's 15 on here. Don't forget to like as you come in, you guys. Let's talk. I'm listening to Claressa Shields talk about Remy. I said Remy. Lord have mercy. That's another one of her um downfalls if she don't correct it, right? But this Layla Ali, this is hurtful to watch somebody that's in a position that she's in. This is what happened to a lot of people that could be great with this generation. She could be great, but she's attaching herself to everything that can tear her down because she's going after Layla Ali. But Layla is established. Layla can get indoors and would have been able to get her indoors if she would have just formed a relationship with her based on boxing. She would have went a lot further. But to become an enemy, and do you know what the wait? She said this woman attached herself and claimed, how you doing? She attached herself to the Black Lives Matter by saying all lives matter. Do she not know that this girl is mixed? That's one of those. How could you have one without another? Right? Her dad went into all arenas, right? Taught her how to not just be pro one thing, to stand for everything that's right? And if you know anything about the law, the spiritual aspect, we keep going based off of just color, but it's something spiritually evil in the things that's going on, and it just so happened to be everything against melanin colors, right? But listening to this girl, I just got off doing an hour and something. But can y'all hear? Can you hear this in the background? How are you? This is the boxer that it says she's 17-3. That means she done had 17 wins and 3 knockouts. Layla Ali was 24 fights, 21 knockouts. Please help me understand. She said she's out here recruiting people to don't like her. And whoever this guy is, he said that Layla is slandering her. I don't understand. Look, as you come in, please like and comment. How are you guys doing? Tell me what you think. Am I just tripping? Please tell me, what is X? I'm watching this on YouTube. What is X? It's so much going on. But can you guys help me to see, to understand? Now every time we turn around, just because Trump's in office, now everything you turn on is everybody's at odds with it. Everybody is so much, so many more. I used to get on YouTube and I used to just laugh. I always found something comical. The content creators, it was, people doing skits or whatever. But now everything is fueled with hatred and um there is so much so many disagreements and so many people that is angry going off. Where's the joy anymore? That's what I don't get. How are you? Tell me, what's something that still allows y'all to be, that you still hold to, that makes you happy? Me and my son went to the grocery store yesterday, or last night, and I told him, I said, watch how many people you walk by and they don't say hello or nothing. I still choose to say hello. Some people speak back or whatever, but the energy, the way the world is now, you can walk around and be like this all day, just waking up like air is invading your space, that you're gonna have to still find joy. They don't even want to put joy on the internet unless somebody's making a complete ass of themselves, right? But you still gonna have to find laughter. You still gonna have to find jokes. I've never heard of so many different comedians even going at it with each other. This is crazy. The people that is actually paid to make you laugh now is arguing with each other. The president is arguing with everybody. The ex-president is arguing with everybody. The vice president. Who? If you don't do something, you guys, to keep yourself going and something to make you happy, uh, I ain't got it near me. I don't care if it's now, and I mean staying vigilant, not just keep on getting high, keep on getting drunk. No, you gonna have to be watchful. You gonna have to stay encouraged. You're going to have to find your motivation. You're going to have to stand on something, because if you don't, you're going to fall for anything. Now, I'm speaking from somebody that have the experience and have the children that's the age of a lot, and children that's older than people that's on here at war with each other. Oh, y'all just don't understand how. And I hope somebody do understand and is able to relate that in order to have joy, that's something that comes from within. And the way that they setting people up to live in fear, to live with no hope. I keep on getting on here saying that because there's so many people that's pretending to have the hope and they don't. It's in the action. This girl, Clarissa, beautiful girl. A beautiful girl. But what her team is allowing her to be is setting her up to go and be how Mike Tyson was. He was being a fool, but everybody around him was making money until he crashed and said he was gonna get. He had to take responsibility and go back and clean up everything that he messed up. And that's where she's lined up, right? Like he was out there and he was tricking along with these doggone rappers and stuff. Ended up in prison because what was her name? Givens. Robin Givens. We know that was a money thing, but she attached herself to him just like Papoose. Papoose is attached to this girl. He's coming up and he letting her take all of the shots. And at the same time, he got a place to run to if she falls. You got to look at all that. He cannot be 100% in with this girl attached to somebody that's holding a big card. At the end of the day, he still have a wife sitting on the other side. How we know? Yeah. You know what? I would want to collaborate with you, good heart. Mm. 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 Yes, goodness. That's the only way I can't. I done made it this far. I done been through so much goodness. It's no way I can sit up here and talk about this. My son, my oldest is 30. And when he was going down, he had an older woman. I'm glad he free. But her thing, she wasn't a bad person. I actually was learning some things from her. Far as now, she's a mother of two. She was older. It was certain things that I wasn't introduced to, and I'm grateful for it. But she didn't have to be with my son for me to learn that. She would have just been somebody that I was around. That I was. She was of another color or whatever. But she also wanted the division between me and my son, if that makes sense. In order for her to have all of him, that's when they got along. It was when he wasn't necessarily um being cool with me. When he was finding his way to, say, "Mama, look at me. I'm a man." We all get to that point. And if your mom set a certain precedent for you and you go to that place of rebellion, a mother that's uncertain of how you were raised or whatever your character would, if it's unfamiliar to her, I would feel some kind of way. Now, me, I used to question, did I do a good enough parenting? Did I do, how can I word that? did was I a good enough parent to them? But the proof is looking at their life now and how they are. Those are things that now I done got to a place where I'm okay with it. Some of the kids, good relationship with that girl. Yeah, maybe I have to get a little older, but at the end of the day, she's in a place that I'm glad she's in, and she do have somebody that truly have her back. So you have to pick, you know, you have to weigh, you have to weigh the scales on when mental health is real, and so is delusion. Like me, depression had came because how I was in a place of not happy for myself. That's when things that's bad will cause you to question everything that you've done or do, right? And it just makes you not want to go further because you get stuck. And when it comes down to, I'm listening, everybody across the globe, nobody has told Clarissa, girl, but the way that you saying that she didn't do this, and look, they just cussing with her, and she's a boxer. And who she said? What? Are you here? Do y'all hear this? She said Ali's fourth wife got that money. This, she said bad skin. I know she ain't talking about Layla Ali. She said don't be. She said don't be speaking on my man. You mean Remy man? How can that be? I don't understand. Like, is 53? Have I been so disconnected that some things just ain't making sense? She said, don't be talking about my man. How is this your man if this is somebody's husband? And her man is not talking. She said she would have been done slapped the mess out of one of those girls. Do you know how many girls is waiting on her to slap them so that they could take what she got? And her doing these threats, somebody literally can set her up and just get in her presence and be around where she at and say that she done it. And because of her character, them looking at it and hearing that threat, do you know that can cause her to lose everything? And the people that's on here talking to her, ain't none of them boxers, ain't none of them. And if they are, I don't know who they are. Just like I would not have known Clarissa if it wasn't for these. I'm not even going to call it a scandal because this is true. That's why I was like, who is going up against Layla Ali? And I was not being biased. I wanted to know if Layla Ali was moving some kind of way because I was like, her daddy did have an arrogance and he was conceited. So I started going down the rabbit hole and I was collecting all of the information to come up with what would be the outcome. What would be my understanding? What would be the resolve? What is the the be all? And I'm like, at the end of the day, um this is a bit of uh narcissism when it comes down on her end, and this woman is literally fighting up against herself, because the things that Layla, she said it took 8 years for Layla to say she didn't want to fight. If you look at it, Layla's been saying it the whole time. And I'm passionate about this is because, okay, I used to be a battle rapper, but it's bad that women, we make ourselves look stupid. Because at the end of the day, instead of them on here celebrating you because you're a great boxer, they're helping you look like a fool and pushing you to be a fool. And if you lose everything, them fools that's being a fool right along with you is going to go somewhere else and be a fool and leave one fool by themselves. If that makes sense. You're laughing and people are, she's literally on here laughing, and you got the yes ma'ams and the yes sirs on here. And this guy said that even if Layla Ali put a seasoning that don't work, at the end of the day, you're trying to get where this woman is. This woman can stop doing everything. It still do not stop the fact that this woman is literally inherited her fame. And I think that's what's making her mad. She said that her dad, she took it as her dad wanted her to be a fighter because he was an underground fighter or something like that. But she literally went and now her dad's buddy, you could say his homeboy, somebody that literally could have shared a space with her father, is standing on the side of her. This is father issues. Have you ever seen how Layla and her husband interact with each other? It's beautiful. It's for real. Do you see the bodyguard running around here with Clarissa Shields? Do you see him walking around just standing on her side? And I literally seen a clip of him standing the same way with his wife. He laughed with his wife, held hands with his wife, and when he walked with Remy, it looked like a love story. When he walked with her, it looked like protection. It's crazy. You're going to have to pay attention to this because it shows that he came into this thing unknowing where him and Remy was going to lead up to. And if they would not have interacted with getting on Love and Hip Hop, they probably would have withstand the hands of time. But when they brought the world into themselves, into their space, same thing like Andy and Mendici. I follow all these things because you just like, how do these people go? Look at the setup on Real Housewives of Potomac that Wendy. I ain't seen since they brought. I think I seen a couple of episodes with the Wendy and her husband on there. I didn't like her. What made me when Karen started going down and Pastor Bryant's wife. Hello, how are you? When Vanessa, how's your day going? When Pastor Bryant's ex-wife was on, I can't watch these shows if it don't make no sense. Everybody's arguing, everybody's at war. You believe? How's everything going? How's your day? I'm finna get ready and run to the store. I think I'm out of ice. I think I'm gonna try and partake. Okay, thumbs up. I'm gonna try and take in. Probably gonna have a glass of wine or something today, tonight, and just soak in it to chill out. My allergies are flared, so yeah, I'm gonna probably plan some makeup and make these bracelets with my son. Hey, if you could you do me a favor? Come in and press like and subscribe, and get in the comments. Let's talk about it. How's what you think about what's going on? Thank you. Thumbs up. What you think about what's going on with not being political, but do you see? Have they did any rioting or whatever, like they were said, looting and all that? Did Walmart open today? All these things that they said was gonna happen November 1st. I ain't went outside, so I don't know what's going on today yet. I'm gonna go out there in a little bit. But have any of these things happened? But for the whole month of October, they had people on here, scared and crying and saying they're not gonna be able to feed their kids or whatever. Did anything of that happen like that? This girl said, Layla, oh so pretty, Lee, something like that. This woman is beautiful. At 40, what she say, 48? This woman is beautiful. And Clarissa said she was gonna have babies. You might as well say with her dad, because that's how old this man is. And you gonna have babies with a man that got babies that's your age, and you are supposed supposed to be the number. I ain't gonna say number one, number two fighter in the world, female boxing, and you will put your let me see. You hear this? Yeah, she's butthurt. You hear that? That's crazy. I just wish women to understand. Like me and my husband, we're separated, but there ain't no divorce going down. Because he's a great dude. But at first, I was. It's been 15 years. My old mindset was, yeah, I'm finna get rid of him or whatever. But it's safe for better, for worse, for sickness and in health. I was listening to a comedian. He's a positive comedian, and he said, "Isn't it funny? Does when it says, it says for better, for worse, for in, the quote. But he said, isn't it funny that sickness come before in health? And he said, couldn't it be that you're sick when you first get married and you kind of rehab and become better as you grow in your marriage? So what if, let's just, this is just a, what if Remy Ma and Papoose just hit a rocky point in a relationship, and the reason why they haven't divorced is because true love, you go through being decisive. You're trying to figure it out, and you're uncertain whether or not you're going to be able to find somebody better, or somebody that in comparison to be like the person that you love for all these years, right? And everybody know y'all as the true love, because I don't care, Remy and Papoose, even though Papoose, they say I did hear him, I think, on Sway. He can rap, but at the same time, I don't know Papoose without Remy. I don't know Clarissa for her fighting. I know her because of Remy. Hearing that she befriended Remy, Papoose. All that's all bad. That's all bad. And then when she hear you and this man on the phone and you hang up like a side chick, and now you gonna tell people, don't talk, I will hit you. We say I will slap that girl over Papoose. She said, don't be talking about my man. Tell me how your man has a whole family, a whole family somewhere else, and I haven't heard him. Maybe he done said it somewhere, but it haven't been widespread on him saying, "Remy, don't get on here and talk about my woman." If I could just hear that, you'd be like, "Oh, so he is committed to being with her." It just looks like he's trying to advance because you get a young girl, he done went and got in different doors that when he was with Remy, that was more of his equal. Everybody know that that was his partner. You know, that was his partner, that was his business partner, that was his lover, that was his wife, that was his best friend, that was the woman that he supported, that was the woman that he held her down. But when I look at this situation with him and Remy, I mean him and Clarissa, he's the babysitter, the bodyguard, um the client, and she's the employee. I mean employer. It looks so, it don't look no different than anybody else trying to come up. That's what make it so sad. And I'm like, am I the only one to see this? I would love for y'all to tell me, do it look like a come up to anybody other than me? Cause now mind you, I've had an older guy in my life. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I was young, I was younger. I was like 18, 19 when I got with somebody that was in his 30s. But it and that relationship lasted, and this is not like a relationship us being together, but there was nobody closer to me than him. Even after quit messing around, after we had the child, after all that, he was still somebody that I could get advice from. He was somebody that never lied and had to me growing, he didn't interfere with that, right? And at the same time, he took everything that went on in the relationship to the grave. Never threw it in my face. Yes, sir.
Are you talking about Harambe?
Harambe.
I
What?
was gonna say, where do I put that big silver pot?
Uh, I had that down underneath the cabinet, down under there.
Harambe.
Hmm. Don't look that one. That's go. I'm gonna actually do Harambe. I don't know how I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna have some Bible study sooner or later.
I got
What you guys think about Bible study or history per se? My 13-year-old just talking about Haram. I don't think, I don't know if we're pronouncing the
It's
name
Harambe.
right,
I looked it
but
up.
it's Harambe.
Yeah.
Well, Harambe is somebody that we was digging into in history back in the day. He was like 4,000 years, right? So going
4000
back into
BCE.
BCEs, and I want to talk about that too. I'm intrigued. I'm fascinated with so
Or would a
many different.
air animal Was it air animal, land animal?
Air animals?
No, because I said who would win in a fight? Air animal, land animal, or sea animal?
Okay, so we have it's all kind of discussions. This kid be having my mind gone. So he said, who would win in the fight? Now this be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, would it be an air animal, a sea animal, or a what?
Um, land.
Land animal. And the crazy part was I entertained it. But this is something that I would like to know. Like you got the eagle. The eagle is like the strongest
No,
thing in the air.
I'm talking.
The-
I was talking about like way back in the day, like like
You mean
pterodactyls.
dinosaur time?
Yes,
So who would be the land animal, or would you call them the cavemen?
land animal, dinosaurs,
Oh, you
T-Rex,
trying to go
way back in the day,
way back in the day?
and then the sea animals, megalodons.
Okay, so I done got all confused. He talking about megalodons and T Rexes and so what's the
Pterodactyls.
pterodactyl? So what's the air animal?
Pterodactyls.
Pterodactyl? Oh, sure is, huh?
Yeah, you forgot they could fly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I ain't finna let you take me that far. I was finna talk about the eagles and the whales and the sharks and dolphins and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah.
Dolphins,
Don't you know dolphins are very, very intellectual?
and then not vicious, unless
No, no, they get gangster when people like you know how many dolphins done
only when
saved
you
humans?
tempt them.
Look, they done saved people from whales and sharks. Get with that.
So
Dolphins done
where
show
is the video?
no.
I
D-
want to see
we gon' I'm we gonna pull it up. You want to put okay? I'll pull it up right now.
it. Yeah, pull it up and play it. Nice.
Okay, all right. Mm, mm. Would you care to put a wager on it, my brother?
Starting at $1.
Okay.
No, no,
No.
no. What is that? Sounds like a bunch of little midgets running outside my window.
Oh, wait a minute, child.
I'll leave.
Wait. Uh, I want to say sharks and whales. Don't go nowhere and I done type this
Hold
in.
up.
Look, right here. Elijah, come and look. Come look. Did you cover it up? And that's not stew. That's kidney beans, buddy. Oh, and look, because we're going to make some cornbread with that. So get those 2 boxes of cornbread. Yep. I got to see how much milk is left. Are we finna have to run up here to Smart and Final real fast? Hey, as you come in, look, me and my son was having a debate. He said, I was telling him how intellectual dolphins were, right? And he said, absolutely not. And I was telling him how dolphins have saved people's life. Yeah, he gonna tell me it was not so. So I had to pull it up. But now all of a sudden he done vanished from the room. He said he's checking. Tonight we having some kidney beans. It's got the whole shebang. I'm gonna put some rice. Of course, I'm gonna put some rice with it. Um, and we're gonna make some cornbread because in it's got smoked. I think it's either smoked turkey neck, smoked turkey tail, one of the two. It's got the links in it. You got the bell peppers, the onions, the celery, the whole right. And the crazy part is he's doing a lot of cooking now because we already know how he seasons or whatever. He's already a pretty good cook. But like each one of my kids used to have a talent. Him, he stay in the kitchen. Of course, he say he's mastering all the meals and all that. But you want him to you want your kid to keep practicing. It's something that you see that they're passionate about. Make them do it. Like me, I cook. Something I don't want to say that. But he'll mess up, but then he got better and better and better. Man, we done had the smoke detector go off many a times, but you show him how to correct it and then put him right back to work. To the point, by the time he gets 15, 16, it's like the brother, the oldest one, the guitar. Um, I actually bought the guitar and intended for the youngest little brother. That was before him. And I think he may have plucked it once, but that oldest took hold to it. Now that's his profession, and that was 11. Yeah, eight. Now he's been on the guitar like 18 years, about 18, 19 years. May have worked 1 or 2 jobs, but by the time he went through junior high and high school, that was already his purpose. Like we know by the way that he cook and stuff, he barbecue. He know how to get out there. We know how to clean the ribs. Know how to pull the skin off. He know how to do all that. So it's like him not just starting. It's now he like 2 years in. By the time he get ready and graduate, because he haven't went to high school yet. But by the time he get ready and graduate, he already be like 6 or 7 years in, and he done it repetitively, till is he's very familiar. So we already got him. to the point where he's looking to go into culinary. Then already starts showing them, look, you got like the Gordon Ramsays. We know not to burn out the palates in your tongue. Always be able to taste test, be able to take corrective criticism, be able to know the different seasonings, be able to all that. Like is teaching them now because him being into it. And the crazy part was that's how I was about poetry and all that different stuff. Now, if anybody was to say, "Oh, what am I all about?" But I'm trying to change that. When I was um write poetry, but I started off, the mindset. I used to always get calls for somebody to tell me to write, uh, you know, something for the obituaries and stuff like that, for us, the family and friends, people that knew me or whatever, writing skits or something for church, writing now I got plays that I want to do, and now I'm into a place where I want to birth that. But somebody has to rock with you when you younger, in order to be able to get to a place where now you're confident in what you do. People can't just tear you down when you get to a place and you have the confidence. You know that you know. Even when you're questioning, you know that you get to a place where I can do it though, you know? And that's how it is with the fear and faith. People say, "Oh, if you got faith, you're not supposed to have fear." That's untrue. Sometimes your faith have to um let me see. It have to out not outshine. It has to be bigger than your fear. And like when you get older, that's what I'm telling you, young people. Dream, dream, dream big. But at the same time, people our age, quit, let's quit taking our fears and putting it on these kids. But at the same time, these kids, you got to respect the fact that people just trying to give you the a blueprint. Like it's certain things that if you really look at stuff, it's really showing up. It's really showing up. Where back then we used to fall into the the tricks because you used to think people cared about you and they didn't. Now we in a land where people are showing you exactly who they are. And me, truly, I say that this is the best time ever because now you know what you're dealing with. You looking at it exactly the way it is. You're not crazy. You're not slow. It is what it is. People that love you, they're loving you. People that's hating you, they hating you. It's hard for a snake to be a snake in the grass when they on land, if that makes sense. You watching it slither. And you'll be a fool to get bit if you see it coming at you and you don't move. That made so much sense. You see? That's what I mean. That wisdom, that stuff just comes up because you see it. You done been in there. You a fool to entertain a snake, knowing that it's a snake. Now you got some people that take snakes, put them on their shoulders or whatever. Listen to what I'm saying in the spirit. Some people will take a snake and let it hug it around its neck. Think about it. And think about how many snakes that turned on the owner. Yeah. Some things ain't loyal to nobody. Some things you can get a snake from when it's first born. You could treat it good and all that, but it still have a cunning nature. Sometimes it lasts forever that is good to you. That's because you don't allow yourself to get put in positions for it to do no more than what it is. I was taught that if you have a friend that's a thief, but is considered a friend, you know your friend is a thief. Your friend know that you know that they're a thief. You could possibly be a thief with your friend. Who knows? But if you go somewhere and you know your friend finna clean up, first thing you do is tell the thief to hold your stuff. You know why? Because at the end of the day, that thief is gonna be 100 with you. Because don't nobody else know that that thief is a thief, and that thief ain't gonna steal from you because you know if it come up missing, they got it. Yeah, and sometimes you being loyal to a thief and you got to understanding with a thief, that thief will break you off. That's if you in that life, you know. And I ain't gonna say I ain't never been in that life. I was in that life, not necessarily stealing from folk. Don't I ain't gonna say my hands clean, but the things that was taken or um borrowed and lost, say like that. Um, it's man, I've been in so many arenas. It's ridiculous. That's why I have so many perspectives and so many, because I had to become all things to all men because I was on a run. Okay, when I left the foster system, I was on a run for some years. So I used to have to sit in places and watch play in places, and basically had to keep my mouth shut in a lot of different places in order to eat and sleep, you know? So it helped me that by the time I was an adult when I started having children and I wasn't in a position I didn't have no bags and all that kind of stuff. So I just knew there wasn't nobody finna do my babies. Wasn't nobody finna do my babies like people had did me. Point blank to the period. So I left everything that I knew. I moved to a different state because I knew if something happened, nobody that was in my life, because all the patriarchs had passed on. So anybody else, wasn't nobody left there to keep my crew. I call my kids my crew, whatever. Wasn't nobody I deemed fit enough to have authority over my group because they didn't do right by me. So if you got people that hurt you and then you put your kids around those people and you think that those people ain't gonna hurt your kid, then you already set your life up for the drama because you're gonna be passionate enough, especially if somebody that did you wrong end up doing your kid wrong, you going to jail. And the only thing I could say is you winded up being a fool because it wasn't going to stop just because you had a kid. The only person that can stop from being hurt and getting put in position where you have to keep lowering yourself and attacking those that hurt you when you was defenseless, it ain't necessarily their fault because they may not even care that they hurt you, but you care that you hurt them. And they may not even care enough to solve hurt with you, but you hurting on the inside, and then you put your kids around those type of people and you want them to endure the same hurt that you did. And how do you break a cycle? How do you break that cycle? This is knowledge 101. You coming in, press like, how you doing? Who is this? Sable the pineapple. Do that? Did I say pineapple? Sure do. Okay. Sable the pineapple. As you come in, press your like. Oh yeah, today I guess I'm dropping a little bit of wisdom on you, right? So breaking the curse or breaking the cycle, and this is not just about family. Sometimes you can be connected to what you consider a friend only because it was a certain period of time that that person appeared to be a friend to you because you had incident that that person just so happened to be in position to look and appear to be loyal to you, but that it was just a set time in your lifetime where it was supposed to come around and somebody's supposed to be there, and it was just that face. But if you look at how many times you done been in the same situations and the faces change, that's how you know some people are temporary. But if you have a loyalty thing with you, you'll stay loyal to some things that may have already expired, you know. Whew, why am I telling all this business? I don't know. Anyway, who is this? Say, did you push like? Mhm. Oh, you subscribe? Oh, okay. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna be able later on to figure out like the times that I'm gonna go on here. I want, how can I say, things that I want in my life now is to be able to help instead of hurt, if that makes sense. You know, you want to be able to, something got to turn this world around, and it can't start with nobody else. It can't start with the government. It can't start with with a friend, a pastor. It have to start with you. In order for something to shake, you got to be settled in a foundation so you don't break. Golly, again. Tell me that wasn't good. I got to look at that again. It said, in order for something to shake, what I say? In order for something to shake, you got to set a foundation so it won't break. Boy, all right, all right. I'm on it right now. What you think? Mm, huh? What you think? Come on in. know, I know that's right, Pam. I know that's right. I'm showing out right now, okay? That was good for me and good to me. I don't know if that was talking to you, but it's definitely talking to me. That's why I say everything else is getting older, but I'm getting better because it's certain times in my life I would never want to go back to that age. That's why I said it's a lot of people that need to get to where we are. But when you get here, it need to be worth living this long, and you come to a place where now you're satisfied in yourself. Don't spend all this time wasting time and keep on graduating, going to another level to wind up, and it's just like the last level. Something's got to get better. Something has got to give, you know? And if we keep on looking for something outside of our own self to make it better for us, it's going to always look the same because your mind and your heart have to heal in order to find beauty in anything. If you depressed, and I can say that because I still have days. I still have days where depression set in, but it's because of my kids. You invest so much time, you separate everything that you know. All I had was a whole bunch of drama, a whole bunch of arguing, whole bunch of fighting, a whole bunch of everything. And when I gave birth, it was like you wasn't given the instructions, but you was given a job. And on any job, you can be given, you're hired. Now, if just say you look at levels. If you get hired, just say at McDonald's, you know the positions that's in there, the cook, the people that mop, sweep, clean, straighten up the bathroom, whatever. It's just you gonna work one of them positions being hired in a restaurant like setting. So in a parenting like setting, you know, it's certain positions that you're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be the teacher. You're gonna have to be the cook. You're gonna have to be the maid. And so it's quite a few positions that you're gonna have to play. And if you don't want to play those positions, then don't put in the application. That's it. That's all. That's parenting 101. If you gonna become a parenting, I said if you're gonna become a parenting, if you're gonna become a parent, you're gonna have positions, more than one. And some people just can't multitask. And with kids, you're gonna have to multitask, right? All right, I'm gonna save some conversation now. This was based off of Clarissa, and I'm so tired of hearing that name. But why don't she leave it alone already? But I'm here for it because a lot of the stuff that's being said, I done seen it time and time again. And the Wiz, Michael Jackson, you can't win. Mhm. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna chill. Anyway, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe as you come in. Days are gonna get better. Things is gonna look greater. You just start with you. And if everybody start with they self, something is gonna break. Love you. Bye. Elijah.